Hello YouTube, this is Dazza the Cameraman. Today is April 20th, 2019 and it's just coming up 9 AM in the UK where Anthony Riley lives, Sleeping Warrior. I've been away for the last few days. I've just got back and I've been watching the webcams in the area of Wirral where we've been disputing where these photos were taken in Anthony's video 8 inches is wrong. And today is a clearer day than it's been for several days. Now I've been talking to Steve, who took the images for me from New Brighton. He also took images from Hoylake earlier on. And Anthony has been accusing Steve of lying to me. So this is a challenge for Sleeping Warrior, Anthony Riley, to meet up with Steve. Steve is quite happy to meet with you at New Brighton, where Steve took these photos which you're accusing him of lying and falsifying. And Steve will take some photos with you. You can bring your own camera along and let's just check to see exactly where those photos were taken from. And by the way, Anthony, in my email reply to you, I did point out that if Steve is lying, I guess his Nikon P900 GPS location data must be lying as well. And not only that, Steve also did actually take some videos for me where he panned around to confirm his location, which I was able to use against the GPS location data to confirm exactly that he was where he said he was. So there's a wee problem for you. But let's have a quick look at the webcams. This one is actually from Leasowe, and if we look, we can see the wind turbines out there. And you'll notice that with the tide there, which is another matter that we'll be looking at. Let's have a look at the other webcams. This one is down near the lighthouse, where you said that you lay flat on me belly as you took your video and most of the photos. And let's look at what's happening with the tide there before we go to the one that actually shows the lighthouse. And there is the lighthouse. That's what it actually looks when the tide is out, Anthony. The tide is not up almost against this this black bit here where the black bit merges with the white, as you claimed it was low tide when you took the photos, but in fact it was actually high tide. So there is a challenge to you, Anthony. Steve is prepared to meet you, and let's check to see where these photos were taken. You claim that they were taken from Hoylake down here along the promenade, along this way, and we're saying that no, in fact you were about 5.5 to 6 miles in this direction, the promenade at New Brighton. And I've shown you the locations of where your photos were taken. The first set were taken here. The next image was taken here. Then you took the bulk of your images here by the lighthouse, and then you went around the corner and you took a series of photos looking over towards Anfield, which you mistakenly identified this location as being West Kirby, before you went back to this location again and took your final few photos. Now, you talked about parallax and you claimed that Dazza the cameraman can't parallax. Well, I've sent you the screenshots showing the parallax and the fact that the distance between here and here is 0.7 miles and the distance between here and here is 0.6 miles. So there's actually plenty of parallax out to that beacon that you mistakenly identified as Blackpool Tower, which is actually out here on the Formby Point. And as I recall, it's about 7 miles away just from the top of my head. So there is a challenge, Anthony Riley. We have pretty clear visibility today, so it would be an ideal day for a trip down to New Brighton to meet up with Steve. If you want, you can contact Conspiracy Catz or Ranty if you want them to come along and hold your hand. And let's take some photos and see who is lying and who isn't lying. So, Anthony, will you accept the challenge? Will you front up and do the right thing? You're a great one for accusing people of lying, so let's see if you'll actually front up and confirm where these photos were taken.